Going on, everybody? Welcome back to another live. My name is Marcus. My channel is called Dixon's Pickens, and every Tuesday night around 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, I go live with a different reseller, so that way new resellers as well as myself can soak up as much knowledge and game as I can from anyone that's more seasoned than myself. And tonight we have a very special guest. It's the lovely Miss Katey Reeds. She specializes in books predominantly on eBay and I think maybe Amazon, maybe not. I'll find out, and you will too. So, without further ado, I'll bring her in and we can meet her and say what's up together. Yo,
Hey.
what's going on? So, introduce yourself so that anyone that who been hiding under a rock doesn't know who you are can get to know you.
Well, if you don't know who I am, you definitely aren't hiding on a a rock. I'm kind of new to like the whole YouTube game. But my name's Katey. I own Katey Reads, which is essentially a eBay, online bookstore. I've been on eBay for like 10 years, but I've been like aggressively reselling for the past 2 years. I started with Amazon and then kind of dabbled with eBay, and then now
Mhm.
I kind of run those parallel.
Gotcha.
I also do Mercari and Etsy a little bit too with book stuff. I just started doing that in the past couple months. And then I started YouTube in January to kind of document my journey and
Mhm.
talk about selling books on eBay because when I originally had started trying to find information about selling books on eBay, I couldn't find any videos. Like there
Right.
was nothing on YouTube. It was all Amazon, Amazon, Amazon.
Mhm.
So I decided to put videos out that I would have wanted. So I started that at the beginning of this year, and it's been fun. I'm just kind of going with the flow with YouTube, but yeah.
Well, I'd say you're doing pretty good. You're killing it for just to be on since January because I've been on since January too, and I got like 360 something subscribers, and I got a long way to go. So keep doing
Yeah.
what you're doing.
Yeah,
It's
man. I
definitely
mean, and
worth it.
honestly, like I just really appreciate everyone because I kind of already had a good following on Instagram. And I
Hmm.
think some of the people followed me from Instagram over to YouTube, which is
Right.
really interesting how different social media is. Everything is so different.
I
Like
know.
the
Crazy.
followers and the audience, it's crazy.
So like you mentioned that, and it's crazy because I just started TikTok like last week. Maybe it
Yeah.
was 10 days ago, and I've already got more followers on TikTok than I do on
Isn't it
YouTube.
crazy?
That's
Like all it takes
ridiculous.
is one video or one,
I
something.
wish they would convert. Now, the good thing about it though is I think I've gained about 10 subscribers from TikTok to
Yeah.
YouTube. So,
Hmm.
hey, it's all good.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
let's see who we got in the chat. Uh, Moon Goddess, welcome to the show. Thanks for showing up. I don't know if this is your first
Hey.
time here or not, but in a live at least. I mean, so this is Katie's link. I was trying to post it in the link on my actual description. I'll get there in a second. I hate looking away from the computer too long. I feel like it's rude. What's up, Daniel? Thanks for showing up, buddy.
Hey.
Ed, the reselling writer. What's up, man? Always here, man. Thanks. I appreciate you showing up, bro. We got Dana in the building. What's up, dog? How you doing, man?
Dana.
We also have Robin
Ed.
Renee. What's going on, guys? Thanks for showing up, and thanks for following me on TikTok too. We got Angie, Dayton Valley Dales. How you
Hey.
doing, Angie? Jimmy, what's up, man? Dark County Picker.
Yes.
Smash the like button. There you go. Smash it for me and Katie. And if you guys aren't following Katie, I'm sure you guys are. If you're subscribed to me, you definitely got to be subscribed to her.
Thank you.
Well, it makes no sense for real. Okay, let's see. Let's
Hey,
see.
Ed.
And who we got here? What's up, Derek? How you doing, man? Thanks for
Hey.
showing up. Derek's been killing it lately too.
Mhm.
He just put a post on Instagram. He got like 23 pairs of sneakers for like, I don't know, real cheap. $300 total. So whatever that is divided by 23.
Wow.
All like
Oh,
pretty good pairs. So nice to meet you, Katie. Just kidding. I'm about to say, there's no way.
Renee, she's so funny.
Barter Mania, what's going on? And thanks for showing up. Let's see. And Tornado Alley Collectibles.
Thanks for
What's going
posting
on,
about
man?
it.
Huh?
I
Yeah, he
saw their
did.
post. Thanks for
Yeah.
posting about it.
Uh, I
Nice.
think I want to say your name is Jeff. I hope it is because I feel bad if it's not. Katie, is there a genre of books that are more likely to sell, like biographies, nonfiction, etc.? Good question.
Yeah, that's a really good question. I would say it kind of depends on the platform because Amazon is really, really good for like nonfiction, textbooks, really niche, weird stuff, like cookbooks and stuff like that. eBay is really good for uh, like collector books and antique books
Right.
and that type of thing, but fiction sells actually really well for me on eBay, especially when you have like first editions or a custom printing cover art thing, or there's so many book nerdy things I could go into with that, but I would just say it depends on the platform. Amazon is probably going to be more nonfiction. eBay is probably going to be a mixture of everything, but I've done really well recently with like antiquarian and vintage books.
So I seen the video the other day when you premiered it, and you were just showing how to list a book.
Mhm.
What's been your like so starting out selling books on Amazon? Was it different switching over to eBay listing books, and was it difficult or
Oh yeah, it was totally different. Like um Amazon, literally you just scan the barcode or type in the ISBN number and
Mhm.
then find the listing and list it, and that's it. I do strictly FBA, so I send it into their warehouse. So yeah, Amazon, like there's no pig like Amazon, I may put in a condition note that it's like X library
Mhm.
or something like that. And obviously you have to put in a condition if it's good, acceptable,
Right.
like all that. But Amazon is just so much faster than eBay because eBay, like even doing sell similar, there's a lot to eBay listings
Mhm.
than Amazon. So yeah, definitely a big difference.
Ed says, "Have you tried selling books on Facebook Marketplace?"
I haven't dabbled with Facebook Marketplace, period, because I'm
Mhm.
not sold on their seller protections. I've heard a lot of like scary stories, and I'm just not. I'm on 4 platforms right now, so I don't want to like be spread super thin and then get
Right.
into like my cash flow is like king for me.
I
So
got
I
you.
just want to make sure if I'm doing quick flips and doing things that I have seller protection and
Right.
I'm just not sold on Facebook Marketplace having my back if something is disputed. I'm just not
Got you.
there.
So, like, yeah, I've been ripped off on Facebook Marketplace, and the crazy thing about it was I got ripped off twice, back to back, in the same day by two different women for the same kind of shoes. It just
Horrible.
wasn't meant to be. And then not only that, but I also got ripped off by a guy like 2 weeks before then for the same kind of shoes on Macari. It's
Yeah,
the
I
Jordan 11s. I just was never meant to have these for real, I guess. But I got my money back in all the situations, even on Facebook. But I don't think it was Facebook's protection plan that allowed me to get my money back. I think one deal was because it was my credit card. They gave me my money back, and then the second one was through PayPal. PayPal refunded my money. They got my money back.
oh yeah,
As
yeah, because
far as
yeah,
eBay
you can
or
do that up to like 180 days.
right.
So
So I don't really honestly know about Facebook's protection or anything, but
yeah, so I'm really cautious about doing stuff like that because I want to know that I don't know. It just I'm
it
so
makes sense.
familiar with eBay and Amazon's like protections and like Macari's customer service support. I'm learning that. Same thing with Etsy. So I don't know that I want to
Right.
get to another platform yet.
So I know Daniel, he sells books on Amazon, and
Hmm.
everyone says listing on Amazon is way easier because it you don't have to take pictures or do much. They already
No,
do the hard work for you.
yeah, you literally just piggyback off an existing listing.
Uh, Renee says, Katie, aside from sellback, what do you find is the best way to recycle duds?
So if we're talking recycling just to like them not end up in a landfill, there's a ton of different ways. There's little free libraries, you can make book crafts,
Hmm.
you can, donate to different charities, things like that. If you're talking about monetizing, again, you could make crafts out of books. I'm dabbling with that a little bit on Etsy.
Mhm.
You can find, people that do recycling and will pay you for the paper. That's kind of hard in my area. The closest recycling place for me is like 3 hours away, and they don't pay a whole lot, and all of that. But and then
Fuck
selling
that.
back books, yeah. Sell back your books, zip it, stuff like that. Monetizing duds is hard. You have to get creative. You really have to get creative with it for sure.
Yeah, so like for me, I've only sold like maybe 3 books. I got them at the Amazon bin store and they were like textbooks. So they sold well, but I never had an issue of like trying to get rid of a book, but I do have some Lee Child's books that I'm holding on because I want to lot them up. But
Mm-hmm.
other than that, like I really don't ever look for books. I probably should.
Mm-hmm. You
Maybe
really
I'm
should.
missing out on some real gems. Dana says I've sold 6 things on Amazon today. All I had to do was add was a
Yeah.
quantity to the listing. Easy money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really thinking about at least getting into dabbling with Amazon because I really feel like there's no need not to. Yeah,
Yeah.
Dante is kind of partial to you. Nothing wrong with that. Uh, so I seen the video that he put out the other day of recycling cans at Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
Blew my
Really?
mind, dude. Like we don't have that here in Missouri at all. You either go
Really?
to the
Like
junkyard
I
or
I'm
that's it.
born and raised in Michigan.
Right.
So like that's what we grew up on. Like mom and dad, like the pop bottles or
Hmm.
the glass bottles or whatever, like laying around the house. Mom and dad were too busy to take them back. So we'd be like, hey, mom, can we have the pop bottle? She'd be like, yeah, I don't care. And so
Nice.
you take them back, and that's how you got, some fun money. Like, granted, it's not profit unless you get other people's bottles. But like, even in
Hmm.
Michigan, like, open houses, baby showers, weddings, there's always like trash
Right.
cans out that are specifically for pop bottles because it's like, you don't throw
Yeah,
that away. That's like a
yeah,
sign of disrespect because you pay
right,
that 10 cents. So it's like, expected that,
right.
they return that 10 cents back. But yeah, like every store, even our CVS, you can take pop bottles back. Like
Really.
it's crazy. It's
That
crazy
is,
to me that other people don't know about it, I guess.
I've
But
never seen nothing like it. I'm totally amazed for real.
yeah,
15
yeah.
cent can deposit in Michigan, right? Is it 15
No,
cents or 10?
it's a 10 cent. Yeah, it's a 10-cent deposit. So when you buy a bottle of pop at the gas station. It's $1.19 plus 10 cents plus Michigan tax.
Yeah.
Um, and another cool thing is like a lot of places after rate pop, yeah, I said pop. After like a lot of races and concerts and like stuff like that, people will do outside cleanup and take
Mhm.
all those pop bottles and return them. So that's
Right.
kind of another way that people kind of like do a hustle to
Mhm.
get pop bottles and get
Gotcha.
money back.
Yeah, my brother, he's done that before. Like he'll go around to because we live in a college town, and
Yeah.
he'll go to the universities and go to the fraternity houses and the sorority house and get all their beer cans, and then he'll go flip them at the junkyard. But we ain't got no soda machine or no can recycling machines. So, what's been your biggest flip?
Um, so my biggest flip is like I feel like I need to just make a video about this. I feel like I'm constantly telling this story because this is the biggest flip so far.
Mm.
But my biggest flip is one book that was from the 1900s. So it was an antique book.
Right.
I sold it for $500 to
Mm.
someone in France. I got it for $3 at an estate sale.
Wow, that's pretty good. Now, did you worry about the book like shipping it across seas and if it would arrive in good condition and get returned?
Yeah,
Or
I
anything?
I was very worried about that.
Yeah.
So I use the global shipping program through eBay. I don't
Mhm.
do anything directly myself. I know there's mixed feelings about using that or not using that. That's just I choose
Love
the
it.
global shipping program. So what
Right.
I did is I took the book, I sealed it and like because I have like Amazon poly bags for stuff for products
Mhm.
that I send into Amazon that have like the choking warning hazard on it and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Because Amazon requires you to have that on there. So I used one of those and I wrapped it in bubble wrap. Then I put it in like a padded flat rate, and then I put it in the priority mail box.
Yeah.
And then I also put insurance on it. Um, I didn't require a signature because it was going international, and like I didn't know how that was going to look for me,
Yeah.
because what I'm actually doing is sending it to Kentucky, and
Of
then from
course.
Kentucky eBay is sending it out for me. So I didn't
Mm,
know how that was going to look if I was just going to get a signature from someone in Kentucky, which I felt
exactly.
like was a waste of money if I did that. So I just put insurance on it, and
Everything was
yeah,
everything, huh?
it's sold. It's been almost a year since it's sold. So
Nice. What's up,
obviously it went
Cheryl?
fine.
Thanks for showing up. Ed says, "What do you do if you find a book where there's only listed ones for, say, $300, but none sold? You find one, pick it up. What would you price it at?"
So I never underestimate the power of Google.
Mhm.
In that situation, like if it's an antique book or vintage book, or seems like maybe it's a seasonal book, like sometimes
Right.
textbooks can kind of be seasonal, and eBay maybe not show you the whole picture. I will Google it. I'll check out Abe's books. I'll check out what other platforms are selling at based on like SEO keywords that I type into Google. And
Mhm.
I'll do a comparison like that. But I mean, honestly, I know this is weird, but sometimes I kind of just follow my gut too. Like when you
Yeah.
sell books for a while, it's like shoes. Like you start to know, like,
Mhm.
what the market's kind of looking for. And as a book, like as a reader myself, and like I also do some minor collecting with different books, like
Mhm.
you kind of know the market
Right.
a little bit. So um it's a mixture of that, like Google research and following my gut.
I kind
To
of
be honest, that's just how I live.
I kind of just list high and take offers.
Yeah, I mean, and so depending on like what a book said and what like other things said in my Google research, like
Mhm.
I would be kind of in the middle, but higher middle, and
Right.
have best offers on. I always have best offers on. I always do counter offers.
Yeah.
I always try and, kind of keep things flowing, because I feel like eBay rewards you for that.
Yeah. So like with offers, I kind of I always get people traffic of people that are offering me $5 less than what I have the item listed for, but I always accept. So I feel like eBay keeps funneling me those type of buyers because they know,
It can
you
seem
know what I
that
mean?
way.
So I mean, because I get at least 5 or 6 offers a day of items that they just want to. It's either $5 or $2 or
Or just a
something
couple bucks
real
off.
close.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get
So,
what you mean. It can definitely seem that way. I've had that happen too, and then I've had like full price sales too. So I've had
yeah,
a
of
mixture
course.
experience.
Yeah. Daniel says, I find $100 to $200 books all the time. I check Keepa and I see the book is never sold in years.
Yeah.
Books get left behind. I will not collect storage fees. That's the beauty of
Yeah,
Keepa.
that's facts. So what he's talking about is with Keepa, like a lot of Amazon's booksellers have Keepa and
Mhm.
repricers, because if your inventory sits in the FBA warehouse for
They
so
charge
long, they'll
you.
start
Right.
charging you.
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of people recommend staying under certain sales rank. It's
Right.
usually under a million, and looking at Keepa charts to see if it's a seasonal book. Like textbooks are usually seasonal, or if
Mhm.
it's like if it hasn't sold in a really long time, then just move on. But
Right.
for me, Scout IQ kind of helps me with that, so I don't have to use Keepa as much. So I've never purchased Keepa, but I know it's a really good tool for people
Right.
that want to use it for sure.
Hey Misha, hey Regina, thanks for
Hey,
coming
Misha
in. Hey TJ, thanks for showing up, guys.
and
Uh,
Tay and Regina and TJ, what's up?
yeah. Uh, so let me get my questions back up. I lost the screen. So what's been your biggest loss so far?
I think my biggest loss, it wasn't a book. It was, yeah, it wasn't a book. So what I sold is I sold like a big set of, it was for my parents actually, but when I first started reselling, it was like this big set of dishes from a store
Hmm.
that was called Mikasa, and like the design wasn't made anymore.
I know what that is.
Um, And so I sold the whole set, even though it was missing like certain pieces. I sold the whole set, not really thinking about like how I'm gonna have to bubble wrap this, how it's probably gonna have to go in multiple boxes. Like I just wasn't thinking about all that.
Right,
And
right.
so like I listed it for like I want to say like 70 some bucks or $100 free shipping. The buyer was in Utah, so they were super far from me.
Yeah,
I had free priority mail on it because obviously it was going to be heavy, so that was
right.
kind of my only option. Not really knowing what I know now about like FedEx and stuff. So like I I mean, they were free, they were given to me. So I would say it was a loss because I made like $8 after
Oh
everything,
man,
after fees and after shipping, because I didn't know what I was doing. And yeah, and after like the cost, because I had to go out and buy a bunch of bubble wrap, and like I didn't buy bubble wrap smart. I bought it from like
Mhm.
a retailer that sells like
Right,
a little bit for like $6-7. Like so I had to buy
right.
like four things of it. I didn't know what I was doing, so I paid for that lesson. So I just take it as a lesson that I paid for at
So
the end.
like today, I sold a big bulky item. It was a cash register. I had it listed for a certain price with free shipping, and of course, someone in Puerto Rico bought it
Oh,
because I didn't put on exclusions because I just wasn't even thinking. So all the profit that I made is gone on the shipping fees. So
hmm.
I mean, I'm taking losses from time to time. It just
Yeah, and
happens.
I would say another time that I've taken loss, like if you break it down like per item, is
Yeah,
when I purchased a box from Wholesale Ninjas during the whole
right.
like pandemic thing.
Mm.
I was dabbling a little bit with online arbitrage, and I purchased the Wholesale Ninjas box, and the items I got were just not. They just weren't good health and beauty items. I was like even trying different categories just to like branch out.
Mhm.
And so I lost some money per item when I broke it down with that. So I haven't bought a Wholesale Ninjas box since
I was
then.
thinking about it because Lindy Glenn makes it look so well, but
She
she's
does.
sponsored by them too, though, so
I
they're
swear to
probably
God, like
plugging.
they give her all the good stuff. Like I had
Right.
no name brand items in my
Yeah,
health and
she's
beauty.
getting the plug.
None. No name brand items.
That's
And I
crazy.
was like, what am I supposed to do with this? So like a lot of it I just ended up I took the listings down and I sold it
Mhm.
in a garage sale.
That sucks.
Cause like it was just yeah. So and because I was losing money on the eBay sales of it, so it just wasn't
Right.
worth it. So I would say that was another time that I kind of learned my lesson with. But bulk, I like bulk. Bulk.com came through. That stuff
Right.
sells super fast. You're kind of taking a gamble because some of the stuff is damaged or not in good condition. But
Mm.
I did like my experience with bulk.
Right. That's good. Dante says he's done that too. Puerto Rico can get costly. So check
Yeah.
this out though, Tay. I had it set on UPS ground for the shipping option, right? And it was $113. So then I go in and I start tinkering around with the options. USPS Priority Mail is going to be 81 bucks, and Parcel Select turned out to be $79. So that's how much it cost me to ship that thing to Puerto Rico. It's crazy though, man, because if I would have just not, I never do free shipping ever, like never. And the one time that I do, somebody in Timbuktu wants to buy
I
it.
know it. I know it.
So Daniel
That's
says,
why I love media mail because
it's
Puerto Rico
cheap.
don't
Right,
hurt me. Puerto
right.
Rico don't hurt me because it's
Yeah,
still U.S. You know what I'm saying? So that
yeah.
doesn't hurt me.
See,
But
I've been reselling for not even a year yet, so I'm just gonna put that at the top of my learning list and make sure that I keep that in mind when I'm just doing my listings. Just make
okay.
sure I'm on top of that.
Mm,
So Daniel says, "What's your favorite category to sell in?"
um, I mean, obviously books because that's what I know. So books, I would say books and like ephemera. So like paper
What is
advertising.
ephemeral?
Ephemera is like this isn't really a good example. This is really more of like a postcard, but like
Mhm.
um little pieces of like paper or advertisements or like old school vintage cards, like that type
Okay,
of stuff. You can
gotcha.
lot some of that up and make some pretty decent money off of it. Even like old pictures, even if it's
Mhm.
not someone famous, like a lot of people buy really old photographs and
Yeah, I've
stuff
heard
like
of
that.
that, like black and white photos, and
Hmm.
okay.
Yeah. So other than books, I would say like vintage-y stuff like that. Hard goods, I'm not a big hard goods person. I'm not a big electronics person. I just don't like returns. So I
Right.
like categories where it's low return rate.
Jimmy mentioned, I know this is off topic, but TJ's
Oh,
in
they're
the
talking about
comments
the
talking about a
convention.
hotel room.
Yeah.
I actually used booking.com when I went on my vacation to
Yeah,
Houston
me too.
and to
Yep.
Galveston. I definitely recommend them. They got the cheapest rates out of anybody I shop
Mhm.
around with.
Yeah, I like booking.com. I used that when we went to Traverse City.
Man, I'd love to have been able to go to this event. I'm gonna just have to catch it next year because
Yeah,
this year
for
is
sure.
not good for me. But I know this is the first of many, so I'm
Hmm.
gonna be there at the next one. I think somebody had a house that was looking for people to
Oh
join.
yeah, that was Wendy. Wendy found a Airbnb or something.
Ah, okay. What's up, AR man? Thanks for showing up. I gave everyone
Hello.
in the chat, I gave everyone wrenches. So if you guys want to drop your links and share your channels in the chat, go ahead. I gave you one too, Katie, and I gave Tay one. He actually blessed me with one on his second channel. That's what's up.
Aw, you
I'll
got
take it.
you were crowned a wrench.
Man, I was like, whoa, thanks, bro. uh
Are you a big K person?
I'm sure he's talking to you.
Why wouldn't I be a big Tay person? Or
Duh.
are you asking if Tay is a big person? I mean, he is like
How
6 foot.
tall is how tall are you, Tay? He seemed like a
Tay
tall
is
man.
like 6 foot, maybe 6'1", and I'm 5'8", so we're
Yeah,
pretty
he's pretty
tall.
tall. Yeah. Yeah. All I know is I seen him when I first started watching his videos. He had the head mount, and the bench just looked so far away from his arms. I was like, man, he's got to
He's
be super
tall.
tall.
He's tall. My sister's a little bit taller than me, and when Tay first met her, he was like, "Dang!" Like,
Right.
because she's almost. She's probably like 5'10", 5'11".
Yeah, Tay, you ain't lying about the wrenches because I've seen
Mhm.
a lot of drama going on lately about people with wrenches, but
Yeah,
hey,
yeah,
I'm
drama
not
happened to
messed up
me.
about taking it away.
She said she was a big heart goods
Horrible.
person. Oh, yeah,
Wow.
I'm a big Tay fan. I'm a big Tay person.
So, Tay, he's been killing it with the bends for the longest,
Mhm.
and then he moves up there with you, and then he had to switch lanes and
Mhm.
start picking up a lot of yard sale hard goods. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't know if it's different for him
I'm sure
return
it is.
wise or business wise, but I know it's different for him sourcing wise. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, for
he
sure.
adapted on the fly. That's what doing time
He
in the joint
did,
will
and
do
then
for you,
like
man. You
And
pick
then,
and
like,
roll,
he
stick and
moved here,
move.
and then all of a sudden, we get a bin store that's a couple hours away. I mean, yeah, it's a couple hours away, but it's not
Manifestation.
super close, but it's just like, geez, like,
Right.
he moves here, and now Michigan got a bin store.
He
Like,
brought it with
what?
him. He definitely brought it with him.
Yeah, something, because otherwise, we just had Goodwill bins. It wasn't
Right.
like, the bin stores that he had in South Carolina,
Right.
so
It's
it was just
definitely not his thing.
it was good timing, for sure,
Right.
for sure,
So
and they already know him by name, so
of course they do.
course. They use his videos for advertisement. Like
Really?
they use his YouTube videos for
That's how you
advertisement.
know he's a
Like
superstar. He talking
it's
about
pretty
some
dope.
him.
It's pretty cool.
Right. And then he's so close to 10K, so his channel's
10K.
growing so fast. For
Yep.
real.
Yep.
So I know you are part-time, right?
Hmm.
What got you into selling then if you so since you're part-time?
Yeah. So, I mean, my dad used to sell perfume and wholesale items on eBay back when I
Mhm.
was in middle school and high school. So eBay's like, I remember helping him pack orders and like, I mean, that was back in the day where they mailed you money orders
Yeah.
and like PayPal was just kind of like a new thing and they'd hold your money for like a week before you could
Mhm.
even ship it out. Like things were so different back then. But yeah, my dad kind of always instilled that like online, like that e-commerce thing in
Mhm.
my head. And then when I had my daughter, I was just looking for a way to make some extra money. So I signed up for an eBay account, sold miscellaneous things here and there. And that's how it was for like a good 8-9 years. Just in the past 2 years, I kind of had a situation where I wanted to get out of debt and I really wanted to get serious about getting out of the corporate world. I was a commercial banker for 12 years. Um, assistant vice president, high up in the corporate ladder, made good money, had great benefits, but I was freaking miserable. I
Right.
hated the culture. I didn't feel anything. Like I didn't feel like I was helping anybody. I didn't feel like I was doing a purpose. So I wanted to get myself out of debt so I could be in a position where my budget needs were low. So that way, if I needed to, I could work for myself. I
Right.
could go find a job, which that's where I'm at right now. I'm in a nonprofit organization. The money isn't amazing, but I can afford to work there and feel like I'm actually doing something and
Right.
helping people. And,
That's awesome.
reselling allows me to continue putting money into, investments and things like that I don't have anymore because I left the corporate world.
Right.
So reselling's like, yeah, it's totally changed my mind. It's changed my perspective, my perception of, seeing money more as a tool than like this constant survival thing. Cause I've been a single mom for 10 years too. So
Right.
like, you got that hustle survival mode for so long. Now I'm kind of taking a step back and just realizing like work-life balance and working for myself. And, my dad was an entrepreneur for years. And like, I just, never really like took it in why
Right.
he did that. And now now in my 30s, I'm like, okay, now I get,
Right.
why that freedom matters, why, you want to be self-sustaining like that.
Of course.
So yeah. So I mean the future, who knows what that's gonna look like.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll be working for someone for forever, but yeah, that's what got me started. So
Right.
part-time, like, yeah, I do have a 9 to 5, so I do this in my free time when I'm not at work.
Right. I get it. I get it. Hey, Ella, thanks for showing up.
Hey, Ella.
Uh, okay, my girlfriend's coming in the door. I'm like, who's in my house? So, all right, let me see here.
Alarm going off.
Yeah.
Hey, the cat guy and JT.
Hey,
A
what's
lot
up,
of
baby?
new
Thanks for
names. A
showing
lot
up.
of people I don't know.
You don't know the
That's
cat
cool.
guy?
No, I don't know a lot of these people. That's
Well,
cool.
you guys should all subscribe to her channel. Uh, you should have quite a few new subscribers by the time this is all said and done. And her link somewhere, guys. Katey, if you can post your link in the chat again. What the heck happened here? Okay, there you are. So, I know that you focus predominantly on books, right? You only sell books for the most part. What is a secondary item that you would sell if you went to a store and there was no books in the book section worth buying? What would you look for?
Next, I would go to media. So like DVDs, VHS,
Right.
video games. And then I would go to, even though video games aren't media, but whatever. And then I would go to toys. So like kids'
Okay.
toys, because like being a mom, you know a lot of like the expensive toys, the VTech, kind of some of the good brands to look for. And then I would go to like antique knickknack stuff.
Okay.
So that would kind of be my go-to if I went somewhere and there was no books at all. And that's typically what I do because there are some times where like some thrift stores they, have one little rack of books and it's not
Right.
much and you gotta pivot. So clothing is like I don't even
Not on the list, huh? Right.
know.
See,
And
that's
it
one of the
should
things.
be. At minimal, I should be learning shoes. Like I give props to Tay, like he's doing shoes and
Right.
doing the work on figuring out shoes. At minimum, I feel like I should try and at least learn shoes. But
The shoes, that's my go-to. Like when I walk in the thrift store, that's the first spot I go to because I already know there's never going to be any good electronics worth buying. So I go directly to the shoes because for the most part, I could spend $3 on a pair of shoes and make $35 off them.
yeah, facts.
Generally, that's like the average. But there is from time to time I'll go in a certain thrift store and there's some random electronic that I can get, but it's not very often. and I only buy clothes at one thrift store because if I want to buy clothes, I can go to yard sales or the Goodwill
Yeah.
bins. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I I don't look at antiques. That's one thing. Like my girlfriend, her family grew up like doing antique auctions and stuff like that, and
Oh,
so like
okay. Yeah.
she
Yeah.
knows a little something, something. But I have absolutely no interest whatsoever in selling antiques. I probably should, but we went to an antique mall or whatever you want to call the place the other day, and she hit the jackpot on something that wasn't even antique. It was a brand new Canon document scanner. In
Nice.
the box, she paid $10. Sold comps are going for over 300.
Uh-huh.
You know what I
Easy.
mean? And then she
Yeah.
found these vintage bars of soap, and I'm like, you would come here and find the one electronic that's worth buying that's several $100s. I didn't find anything, but she's got a better.
That's
Sometimes she's got a better eye than I do in certain things.
that kind of experience is why I love estate sales,
Right.
because you can walk into like someone's house and just find like the craziest stuff
Hmm.
that people are paying money for this. Like what?
Right.
Like I can make a profit off of this. Like it's crazy. Like
See,
perfumes and just all kinds of different stuff.
my estate sale is ran by a store in the mall, so the
Oh,
prices are ridiculous. I'm talking about like
really?
there's no room for profit, but as the days go on, it's a weekend thing.
Mm,
The prices get cheaper, like it goes
yeah,
down
they
to a lower
yeah.
percent. But even on the last day, it's probably not worth me. I don't get excited about going there. Just put it like that.
Yeah, I
Um,
get it. I get it. I use estatesales.net to find different estate sales in my area.
mhm,
And you start to learn the different companies. There's like four companies that I know really, really well, and two of
right.
them are always priced up.
Mm,
But the one that is always priced up, when I go there and tell them what I'm doing and that I'm a
mm,
book buyer and like, whatever,
right.
they will sometimes work with me if I buy enough volume.
See,
So,
like I tried that, right? Because Chris from Flip the World, he's like, tell people what you do, ask to speak to the manager at Goodwill, this and that. So I go into Goodwill and I'm like, hey man, like I'm trying to spend a boatload of money on some shoes. And they're like, well, you need to go to the Goodwill bins for that. I'm just like, dang, straight up.
that
So
sounds like my Goodwill, man. Like
yeah,
they do
there's
not
no
care.
cutting no deals, man.
They do not care. They are so ruthless. Like they have Babysitter Club books out, $3
Mm,
a piece. Like, so I was like, what would you give me if I bought them? Like, what type of deal could you give me if I bought them all? If I
mm,
bought all the books, and they're like, we can't give you a deal. I was like,
right,
can your manager
right,
give me a deal? And they're like, and their manager comes out and they're like, we can't give you a deal.
right.
I'm like, dang.
So
Yeah,
like,
I just feel like Goodwill is trying to do what resellers are doing,
mm-hmm.
because they're on
Yeah.
eBay, they're on,
And they got
websites.
Goodwill.com. Yeah.
Mhm. So I think that they just adjusted their policies to be more stringent on.
And that's my thing though. You guys got eBay stores, you got actual online stores, then you got brick and mortar stores. You guys are the biggest resellers in the world. And now you're trying to resell on top of reselling. It makes no sense, but
Facts, man. So that's
it
why
is
I
what
give
it is.
a lot of my love to like the mom and pop thrift stores and
Right.
Salvation Army, because Goodwill is kind of like the capitalism definition right
Hmm.
now. So they're
See,
not getting a whole lot of love on my
we
end.
don't have we have one Goodwill in my city, which I mean
Me
I
too.
live in a town of 3,500 or 35,000 people, so
Mhm.
there's not a lot of anything here, but I mainly go to one thrift store. It's called Teen Challenge. I don't know if
Mhm.
I know it's nationwide, but a lot of people don't seem to know about it. It's for inmates coming home from prison to get rehabilitated into jobs and just the outside world.
That's what's up.
They complete a year worth a year long program of working for the stores, the thrift stores, or the lawn crews or whatever. They own a lot of stuff, and then at the end of a year, they get released into society. You know what I mean? But it's
Mhm.
just a rehabilitation program, but it's
And
faith
that's good
based.
because they're getting that like resume, that job experience. Like
Exactly.
they're getting all
A
of
lot of the
that.
guys end up staying on with the company after they leave.
Oh,
Some of them fall
I'm
back
sure they
into their
find
own
purpose in
ways.
it. They want to help
But
other people. That's
right.
awesome.
So like I donate 10% of my money to the Teen Challenge in Branson, Missouri, which is like 4 hours away from me. It's in the
Mm,
Ozarks. but I'm trying to find a way to give my money directly to the thrift store that I shop at because that's where my money's coming from. I'm buying from
Mhm.
there, I'm flipping the merchandise I get from there. So I'd like to be able to give back my 10% to that store
Yeah.
specifically
Yeah, I
because it's
get
in
that.
my city and it's going to
Mhm.
help guys that I personally know there.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm trying to figure out a way to work it now because I just want to get back to who's actually helping me, you know.
Exactly. Exactly.
So
That's
let me
awesome.
say hi to Carissa and Dana,
Hey,
and I think
Carissa.
you came in.
I'm not paying attention to the chat. I need to get over here.
It's
Okay.
yeah. Sometimes I don't. I let it just blow on by. I got to get used to this stuff. Uh,
Yeah,
let's
I
see here.
suck up to my thrift stores. They all get cookies and baked goods at Christmas. Wow, that's
Crap
cool.
it! I smash it. I can't smash it anymore. I guess it's talking about the like button. Yeah, man. I
Yeah.
appreciate all the love so far, guys. Uh, let's see here. Dana had a decent video out earlier. She got some pretty good finds at the Goodwill, or was that the Goodwill? I can't. I watch so many videos, man. All right, TJ, take care, bro. Good to
Bye,
see you back and at it,
TJ.
man.
Thank you for stopping in.
Yeah,
Always
buddy.
appreciate you.
I sent him a Dallas Cowboys like pendant, a plush pendant.
Aw,
Yeah, I was at the thrift store and I seen
that's
it and
so
I picked it
nice.
up and I sent it to him because I automatically thought of him when I saw it. I was like, man, I gotta
Yeah.
send this to TJ. I can't.
Aw, that's awesome.
Hey, Adam, what's going on, man? Let me give you
Hey,
a wrench. I
Adam.
think you might have one, but let me give you a wrench, Adam, so you can drop your links in the chat. Uh,
You got everybody talking about the smash and the like button.
hey, then blow that thing up, obliterate it. Okay, so I know that you said you don't know where like plan wise you'll be in the next future-ish, but what about the next 5 years? Do you got any like plans or bullet
Yeah.
napkin plan or anything?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely have some goals because I feel like if you don't know where you're going, you'll end up anywhere.
It's aimless, yeah, right.
Um, so I definitely don't want to just kind of like aimlessly shoot.
Hmm.
So I definitely have some financial goals that I think I can accomplish within the next year and a half. Life is crazy though. Life is kind of messy.
Right.
So things pop up, things change. So while I can plan, the universe decides at the end of the day.
Right.
um,
COVID proved that.
yeah. But I think, I think definitely within the next 2 to 3 years, I will be able to make the move to just completely work for myself.
Nice.
I'm going to be done with college at the end of this year, and that's what's really holding me back from certain things because it eats up so much of my time, so much
Right.
of my extra time. So, and that will be a new debt, that I'm going to have because I do unfortunately have student loans.
Right.
So, that'll be a new debt that I'll have to take into consideration. So, there's a lot of financial things I want to do before that new debt has to
Mhm.
start being paid back. So that way I'm in a position where, I don't need like this huge salary to live.
Mhm.
Because I'm not saying that I can't make a huge salary. I just want to put myself in a position where I don't feel like I have to be at this job because I need the money. I don't want to put myself in chains like that
I hear
as
you.
much as possible. So if that means I have to live modestly, then live modestly. That's
Yep.
what it is. That's what's life. But I have freedom and I can be with my family and I can, there's the pros and cons. So for
Right.
sure.
Tay said,
Yeah,
the,
life's crazy.
right.
Life can get crazy.
That's for sure. Tay said the universe be like, but wait, there's more. Like off the screen. Don't want to get lost as well. Google Maps and Waze. I like Waze more than Google Maps. Okay, is Ella a ghost today? People keep saying hi, and I don't see her. She popped in here. I guess she
She
popped
did
back
pop
out.
in. Yeah, I haven't
And
seen her since
there's
then.
probably some other chats going on. She had to hop into. Carissa, I could have sworn you had a wrench, but I just gave you another one. So welcome
Hi,
back.
Ghost Ella. Carissa. Hi, Ghost
Yeah.
Ella.
So
So, what
is
goals do you see for yourself?
me
Yeah.
well, so by the end of the year, I will be full time. I'm probably going to go ahead and do that within. I feel like by the end of this month, I'll
Oh,
at least put the 2 weeks in. Hey, Helen, thanks for showing up. Uh,
hey.
so that's what I have immediately planned. But next year, I want to start tackling the Amazon thing. Maybe I'm really thinking about it hardcore for real. Like I think about it at least an hour a day.
Hmm.
Collectively. Um, I just got to have the not have the job in the way to
Sure.
distract me of anything, and
Yeah.
then from there, man, I want to assets. Assets are my next biggest thing. Like I
Hmm.
want to start sitting either a chunk of every payout aside for some type of asset, whether that's rental property as in a house or either like a car to rent out, or I'm kind of iffy on the stocks. I got a little bit of money in not Bitcoin, but XRP crypto
Okay.
right
Yeah.
now,
Yep.
but that stuff's all over the place. So I'm kind of just like taking my time with that. But I need actual like investment advice before I go to play the stocks, which is a good thing about
Hmm.
knowing Dana Invest because he like used to work with companies
Yeah.
managing a whole bunch of money.
Yes.
So he plays the stock market, and those are going to be like my immediate next year goals. Within the next
Nice.
5 years, I
Nice.
plan on either having an office building type thing, kind of like Cincinnati Picker has, or at
Hmm.
least a small warehouse. Nothing like what Paul Philly Flippers got, but
Yeah.
something modest. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
To where I can work out of and manage all my inventory in a proper amount of space. Because right now I got shelves that don't have what I need on it. And I got totes stacked on top of each other where I would rather have the totes on a
I
shelf.
feel that.
You know what I mean? Like just
Yeah, I
more
do. I feel
organized.
that. I wouldn't mind like renting a space. Like once I do like take the dive, go full time and can make sure
Mm,
I can afford it. I wouldn't mind renting space that has like storage and maybe an office.
right.
Because I do run a free book pickup service. And
Mm,
so it would be great to have, some help, maybe part-time help, and they're doing the book pickups for me, bringing it
mm,
into the warehouse. Then, I'm sorting through the books, someone else is sorting through the books. And
mm,
then, we're monetizing whichever avenue, Amazon,
right.
eBay, Etsy, whatever we're doing. Because I just feel like that would be so much I feel like it's just so much better than a storage unit because
Yeah.
and like mentally it's healthier because like you can walk away from that and come home. It's not all in
Exactly.
your house. That's the one
Right.
thing with reselling. It's like I kind of never get away from it because it's all in
Hmm.
my house all the time, all day
Yeah.
long. It's in my basement, it's in my office, it's here. So it would be nice to kind of have that separation too.
That's what I was kind of telling I was telling my girlfriend that the other day. I was like, at a certain point, I kind of just want to kick back and watch Netflix. You know what I mean? Like, if I want to work on some drafts or if I want to send offers, that's all good. But I want to get all my listing and eBay stuff done during the daytime. So that way, when
Yeah.
I go to the gym, it's over with. I come back home and it's
Hmm.
relaxed time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's just, I'm trying to find an equal medium. Like, I get 11 items listed every day right now. Next
Nice.
month, I'll go up to 12, and I'm going to just increase it in a number each month until I'm
Hmm.
just getting to where I got to hire somebody. But
Right.
I have no issues doing 11 items. I know I won't have no issues doing 12 next month. Uh, but I like to be able to get all my eBay stuff done in like the span of 2 to 3 hours,
For
and then just
sure.
have the rest of my day to do whatever it is that I need to do. Because, like I
Yeah.
told you before we came on, I try to cram too much stuff into one day. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I got 24 hours to live, and I need to make the most of it.
Yeah, like I definitely feel that. I definitely feel the same way. And I think that's kind of the key when you're in this game and you decide to do
Mm,
it full time. You got to find your medium and find what
right.
works and, not lose sight of the whole point of what you're doing it, why you're
Exactly.
doing it. The whole point of what we're doing it is, to go full time. It's because you want that freedom, you want that self-sustaining income,
Hmm.
whatever, or maybe you want a business that you can step away from completely and someone else is
Right.
running it for you. So like I feel like if you're just buying yourself another job, it's
Hmm.
pointless.
Right. And there's
So,
no point in working to make someone else's dreams come true when you
right.
could just spend that energy on your own dreams.
Right.
Daniel says being a reseller is the best job, best business to have to
Mhm.
be your own boss and be free from a 9 to 5. I can't agree with you more, man. Like for real, I feel like reselling is the best thing I've ever done because
I love
I come
reselling.
from a life of illegal stuff. And I don't ever feel the need to go back to any of that. First of all, because I'm a Christian. Second of all, because reselling is better than any avenue I've ever taken in the
Facts.
past. It's totally
Yeah.
changed my life, like for the best.
Yeah, even if I like won the lottery, okay, and I
Yeah.
didn't have to work or something crazy happened and I didn't have to work at all, I still would have the desire to like I may just focus on like vintage antique
Hmm.
antiquarian stuff, like I may niche
Right.
down, but I would still have that desire to go out and find those
Find some
deals and
treasure.
make a profit. It's just that
Right.
treasure thing. It's getting to rehome the book, getting like, you know how many messages I get from eBay buyers that are like, "Oh my God, thank you so much. My dad had this book." And like I get
That's
those
awesome.
nostalgic, nice thank you messages, and
Yeah.
that really does motivate me. Like that really does make me happy to
See, that's something I don't
rehome it.
receive. I don't receive the all thanks because I don't find those types of items, but
Right.
I do get the most random thank yous from people about certain things, which it still feels good when you receive that
Absolutely.
feedback. You know what I mean? That you're
Yeah.
definitely making somebody's day for something.
Yeah,
It's
for sure.
pretty awesome. Like
Mhm.
this guy Tornado Alley, his name's Jeff. He posted on Instagram. I think it was yesterday, might have been the day before.
Mhm.
That he asked a question. What do you do to get tired, or what do you do when you feel like you're getting burnt out on reselling? I haven't felt that yet. Maybe it's because I haven't been doing it long enough, but I just love the fact that I can go out, find something for a cheap price, and flip it for a high price. It's just like I was telling Tay in his video about running a store in prison. I ran a store in prison. It's crazy that you could take one soup 40 cents, 30 cents, and flip it into hundreds of dollars of food of all things.
Mhm.
And it's currency, you know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah.
coming out to the world and finding reselling as a way to make money and turning a dollar into 1,000. It's crazy how easy. I mean, I'm not gonna say easy. It takes work. You got to put in
Mhm.
the footwork, but it's easy though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just really, I can't see why everybody's not doing it.
Mhm.
Helen says sometimes it feels like it's taking over. Well, that's
Yeah.
why you hired you a little bit of help, Helen. Hopefully things will start to the pace will get easier for you to handle. She's a sweet lady. I don't know if you know who she is, but
Mhm.
she
No,
says
a lot of new names in the chat. It's really cool, like meeting all these new
it's
people.
crazy because you got a bigger channel than I do by far, and you're meeting a lot of new faces.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of new faces. It's awesome.
Dana says our short-term goal is to get away from these cookies. Put the cookies down, Dana. Let's see.
Life's short. Enjoy the cookies.
Oh man, that's my girl's philosophy, man. She's like, butter is a food group, sugar is a food group.
I mean, there's some
I'm like,
moderation to some things, but
I'm counting my macros on my food calculator. I'm like, I gotta get my protein in. She's like,
that's funny.
To each their own, though. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Let's see. Dana says the wonderful thing about reselling is that it's never ever boring. You can always expand your store, knowledge, selling base, and you never know what you're going to find, which
So
is
true.
true. It's so true.
So true.
Never have any expectations, but I'm always blown away when I find something that's worth selling.
Yeah, and like when you were talking about burnout, I've been doing this for 2 years, and I just recently, in the past few months, I think just the stress of like trying to juggle a lot of things makes me
Mhm.
feel burnout. Like I have this big pile I have to list. It's the last thing that I want to do. Or I have to pack 7 orders. It's really
Right.
about changing your mindset. Like I get to list all these items.
Yeah,
I get
exactly. You
to
get
send
to
out
do this.
packages. I get to have this experience. So a lot of it's mindset. But what also has helped me like not get burnout and feel like it's like a mundane thing
Mhm.
is Etsy has helped me a lot because now I've found ways to use books that I can't sell on Amazon or eBay
Mhm.
and like make crafts out of them
Well,
that people
yeah,
are selling money for, or like
right.
the little
The
cards.
bookstore signature cards. Yeah, I've seen that on your
People
community.
are like people are buying them, and they're not just buying like one or two. Like people are
Right,
buying 3 and 5 at a time.
right, right.
So it's decent sales. Like, yeah, Etsy has their fees. Every platform has their fees,
Everybody
but their
does.
SEO, like I'm brand new, and
Hmm.
within the first week of being brand new, I had a sale. So
Nice.
that's a big deal to
Right.
me. If you go onto any other platform, I mean, Poshmark, it took me like a month and a half to get my first
Yeah,
sale.
it took me a little bit
Um,
too.
so I just kind of feel like that kind of helped me get out of my slump a little bit, and
Right.
got the creative juices going, and I got to
Mhm.
like just do something different but still book related. So
Right.
that was kind of fun. I do experience burnout every now and then. I think it's not so much burnout with what I'm doing. It's just like the stress and just like the repeat, and just having to
Mhm.
like kind of get your mentality back on focus.
Right. Tay wants to know, can he get a dollar?
Can I get a dollar? Can I get a dollar?
Yeah, I haven't experienced burnout yet. When I did first get started, I hated listing with a passion.
Yeah.
Now I don't mind it at all. I know it's just part of the game, but plus I'm a lot faster at it than I used to be. So
Yeah.
I just look at it as like it's one of the steps into me getting paid.
Mhm.
Packing orders, I love
That's a
all of
good
that.
point.
I love packing orders. I love the printing the labels and all that stuff because like I said, the steps you take into getting paid is it's got to start with a listing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And the printing that label out is the last step. So
Right. Right.
once
That's
I've
true.
crossed
In
off all
times
the check marks.
in times where I feel like I'm getting overwhelmed, I do use Hammock a little bit, but
Mhm.
I have a sister, my youngest sister, and she likes eBay. She likes dabbling with that kind of stuff. Her and I kind of have a lot of similarities in like a business mindset and stuff.
Right.
So there's been times where like I've given her just this huge box of DVDs and just been like,
Mhm.
hey, take your time, list them. I'll pay you a dollar for everyone that you list
Right.
for me. And it's nice because she does it sporadically. She has access to my store. She's like
Right.
a permissions employee
Of course.
to my
Yeah.
store. And it's nice for her. It's nice for me. It kind of like takes some stress off of me. So I don't have like
Mhm.
this huge stack that I have to deal with.
Of
And
course.
it's DVDs. Like I like if I'm gonna list, I like listing books more than
Right.
just because that's what I like and that's
Of
what I like
course.
talking about. Like listing clothing, oh my God, no. No, forget it.
Yeah. So Creative Soul says, "Big ups, Marcus. I opened an eBay shop after coming across your videos and already made 4 sales.
Nice.
That's what's up, man.
Nice.
Congratulations, man. I'm super happy for you.
Nice.
I'm glad
Very
I
nice.
was able to inspire you, or at least give you the
Aw,
vision.
what
You
a
know what I
good
mean?
feeling. That's
That's
nice.
that's pretty awesome, especially for me to be as tiny as I am. You know what I mean? To be inspiring people, or at least making a difference in someone's life.
Man, the good thing
That's what it's all
about
about.
it though is like I think the good thing, like even when you look at someone like Tay that has almost
Mhm.
10,000 subscribers, his subscribers aren't like these ghost phantom people. Like
Right.
people show up for him, people
Right.
comment, people show up in the lives.
Mhm.
So yeah, while you're small right now, you're probably getting like quality versus quantity right now. And
Right.
I feel like in the long run, that was kind of my experience. Like I feel like in the long run, that is
It's gonna
something
pay
that
off.
is the best
Yeah.
part.
So I get discouraged as heck right now because like my videos don't get views. And I'm just like, man, what am I doing wrong? Like I'm even taking a Think Media like YouTube course right now. And
Oh,
at times I feel like it's working, like I got one video got up at 250 views almost. And I was like,
nice.
awesome, you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
gained like over 100 subscribers since I've been in the course. But then there's times like I put out my last video, got like 66 views, and it just tanked. You know what I mean? It's just like now I'm discouraged again. So it's like I
I
just
still
gotta
have videos like
take it
that,
video
man.
by
Like,
video and just take the victories.
yeah,
It
I
it
still
it
have
is what
videos
it
like
is. It's
that.
day time.
Like,
Yeah. It's
people will DM me all the time about like educational videos. And then I'll post those educational videos and they tank because it's not
Yeah,
clickbait.
nobody
It's not
watches them.
sexy. It's not,
Right.
but it's what
Right.
people are constantly asking for. So like, yeah, I get maybe 6 or 7 comments and super low views, like maybe 50, 80 views.
Mhm. But
But
somebody throwing value
it
out
helps.
there.
It helps somebody. And at the end of the day,
Right.
it's, educational material. And one day I'd like to not maybe make a course, but just have like a playlist of just this is
Dude,
books
there's
in eBay
nothing wrong with
101.
making a course. In my opinion, if
I
you have
agree. I
a
agree.
skill,
I agree.
and there's people out there that don't feel like you should sell out, but I don't think it's selling out at all. If you have a skill and you
Yes.
give it away for free for so long, there's nothing wrong with charging for it eventually because right
Yeah,
now you're giving it away.
and in essence, like you look at people like Rake and Profit, like
Mhm.
Steve's, a really great guy, and
Mhm.
he's one of the very first videos. Him and Walter Blake Noblock
Yeah.
were, because Blake is in Michigan, and so I found his video through the algorithm.
Yeah.
But those are the 2 very first videos that I saw about selling books on Amazon.
Mhm.
And Blake was talking about selling stuff on eBay from
Yeah.
Amazon and certain books from Dollar Store and like
Yeah.
just random stuff from Dollar Store you could sell on eBay. So I was learning from them. And to be fair, like they've been doing this a really, really long time. They're very
Mhm.
successful. So I feel like when you purchase a course from people like that,
Mm.
you're getting 6 years worth of lessons, successes,
Right.
failures, all that stuff
Mhm.
for a price and all packaged in a pretty bow for you.
Exactly. And
But I also have mixed feelings about the people that are like, oh, I can get you ungated on like 10 different categories for like, $1,500.
yeah.
It's like, no, I can get myself ungated, and that
Exactly.
information is free and it's all over
Right.
the place. Because Amazon, you have those restrictions. You can't sell in any category you want on Amazon in the
Mhm.
beginning. I just have the mixed feelings. The
You
used
know what
cars
they say, there's no
sell,
shortcut, you know what I mean?
yeah,
There's no shortcut, but there is education, you know what I mean?
right, absolutely, yeah,
So, all
yeah.
right, I know you said you can only be on for an hour. We're at an hour and 1.5 minutes. So, I really definitely appreciate your time. I got Tate coming up next week if everything's still a go. I'm super excited
Nice,
about that. Yeah.
nice.
Everybody in the chat, I really appreciate you guys showing up. This is probably the most successful live I've had since Jiggly Thrift last 2 weeks ago. So
Aw.
you did that. That's you.
Thank you guys for showing up for me. It means a lot.
Really appreciate everyone that showed up. If you guys are catching this on the replay, go subscribe to Katey's channel and leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you found this by some happenstance and you're not subscribed to the channel. But catch you guys on the next one. Peace, guys. Have a good night, everyone. Oh, crap.